There is a place within the feminine psyche that most men never truly access, not because it is hidden, but because even she hesitates to face what exists there. Carl Jung described this space as the shadow, an inner domain where suppressed desires, raw impulses, and unspoken fantasies remain buried beneath a carefully constructed social mask. She will never reveal this side on social media. She will not openly confess it in therapy. At most, she might whisper fragments of it to a closest friend at 2 in the morning. But it is there, and the man who understands what lives inside that shadow does not chase women. He becomes the presence they cannot stop thinking about. Most men spend their lives performing for the version of a woman she shows to the world, the agreeable version, the reasonable one, the version that says she wants a kind, emotionally available man who communicates well. And those men often find themselves friend-zoned, overlooked, or quietly replaced. Because what she says she wants and what actually awakens something primal inside her are two entirely different conversations. This is not about manipulation. It is not about tricks or tactics. It is about understanding the structure of feminine desire at a depth most men are too comfortable, too polite, or too hesitant to approach. If this makes you uneasy, type the word shadow in the comments. Write it now, because discomfort is often the first signal that you are getting close to something real. Carl Jung did not explore the shadow to shame people. He revealed it to liberate them. And what exists inside a woman's shadow is not darkness for the sake of darkness. It is depth. It is the part of her that has never been given permission to speak. From a young age, she was taught to be acceptable, to be sweet, to be agreeable, to suppress the hunger, the anger, the longing that feels too intense and too raw to express in polite company. So she contained it. She refined it. She learned to perform softness, even while something far more powerful was moving underneath. Now, here is where most older men make a crucial mistake. They meet a woman, observe the performance, and respond only to that performance. They bring flowers to the mask. They write poetry to the social facade. They try to reason their way into her heart through consistency and good behavior, and she appreciates them the same way she appreciates a reliable appliance. What she cannot manufacture is a reaction to a man who sees beyond the performance without hesitation, a man who does not require her to be agreeable, a man who is not shaken by her softness, not confused by her contradictions, and not dependent on her approval. That man does not feel like a suitor. He feels like a mirror, and she cannot look away from a mirror that reveals something she has never been allowed to see within herself. This is frame. Not arrogance, not coldness. Frame. The quiet, grounded certainty of a man who knows who he is, regardless of whether she validates it. If you have been shrinking yourself to keep a woman comfortable, type frame in the comments, because that very shrinking is exactly why she stopped noticing you. Here is the psychology that the self-help world rarely tells you, because it is uncomfortable to hear. Women are not primarily attracted to what you do for them. They are drawn to what you refuse to compromise because of them. Read that again. A man who reshapes his life, his standards, his silence, and his self-respect just to fit a woman's mood is not being romantic. He is sending a signal that says, I do not fully believe I am enough without your approval. And the feminine nervous system, not the rational mind, but the nervous system, registers that signal within seconds. It reads it as weakness, and weakness does not awaken the shadow. It numbs it. What activates what lives inside her shadow is polarity, the experience of encountering something that doesn't bend. A man who can hold space for her storm without becoming the storm himself. A man who can hear her resistance and respond not with apology or defensiveness, but with stillness. That stillness is not indifference. It is mastery, and mastery is one of the oldest aphrodisiacs that has ever existed. As a mature man, you carry something younger men cannot replicate. You carry the imprint of a life that has truly been lived, choices made, losses endured, lessons paid for in full. That weight, when carried correctly, is felt as gravity, not burden. Gravity, the kind that makes a woman feel she is finally standing next to something that will not collapse under the pressure of her emotions. The man who understands this does not compete with younger men. He exists in a completely different category. Type the word gravity in the comments if you are beginning to see that your age is not a weakness, it is your advantage.